Chrome full case hanger number 27 player break. And unfortunately, they say all good things must come to an end. This is all the hangers I have in this house right now. I've scavenged this place unless there's one that's hiding in a conspicuous area that I didn't look. This is the last that I have in my warehouse. That's all she wrote. Now again, guys, if you're watching this replay, we should be getting a couple of blaster cases. I'm guessing maybe 2, 3, 4 cases, 5 cases max. We did have to pay more, so I'm assuming some players might have to go up by like $5, $3, $2, you know, nothing crazy. A couple of the popular guys like Knipple, Flag, and stuff, sure. Sure, that might be the only exception to the rule. Oh, shit, I forgot. Sorry. Aldridge, I'll be honest with you. I mean, go ahead and try the link again, Shen. I'm sorry. You guys should access it, no problem. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to change the access. Yeah, Aldridge, prices have skyrocketed for everything Topps Chrome. And honestly, I have to look. I have to look what it is now. Someone told me they seen these hanger boxes going for $90. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't personally look. Let me go check some of the big retailers. I'm just very curious. Oh, I don't know if any of the big guys are carrying it right now. Well, guys, on a quick note, I just for kicks and giggles, it doesn't matter because I don't have this product anymore. Just for kicks and giggles, where did it go? I'm seeing $115 from Best Buy. There's $80 at Walmart. Obviously secondary. StockX for about 75. Yeah, I don't actually see. Oh, that's insane. I don't even see anything right now. Yeah. Look right here, a hanger case on eBay, $5,100. We're not even charging 35, 36, 3,800 on this case. That's just absolutely insane. That's why, like, if we was to rebuy, like, all of these prices would genuinely be doubled. You'd be paying hobby prices, and at that point, honestly, it's just not worth it. Like, we need product for Blez Light, guys. We do. Don't get me wrong, but needing product and you know, giving bad value to customers and making an experience bad is also bad business. It's worse business, as a matter of fact. In the event we are able to get any more at like a decent price, you know, expect prices to go up. Expect it to get raised, guys. I mean, honestly, just expect it. But I can't see us buying more hangers. Blasters, yes. I'd like to get some megas, but megas are insane too. Megas are like $200 a box, give or take a few bucks. I think I've seen them going for like $199. I could be $189, $199. Secondary is insane. The good thing about that, though, I'll tell you the good thing about it, guys. The good thing about me saying that is that your singles genuinely go up. Nope. Nope. Finest Delight, gone. I think we got a handful of Hobby right now. But you're not going to see Hobby on this channel. It's just too expensive. It was. They did a great job on Delight. That's why I'm wondering why we're not taking the random team. A random team should be flying. It's 3 boxes left. I think Bobo hit a base Harper, and that was an insert Harper. That was it. We didn't hit anything else crazy. We hit Dwight Howard. It's been a vet case so far on that. I feel like we should have something big in that case. I feel like it. Could be wrong, obviously. But that's the only Delight this channel's getting. So I'm not going to have Delight. Not going to have Finest Hobby. I'm going to get some football in the store. Again, as soon as I get pricing on it, guys, I promise it will hit the store right away. I have everything else built. I'm going to have a couple of random team basketball breaks with my Topps Chrome hangers that we had using the Hammer Mixer, guys. So I have like under a half case of that. So that can last us at least 5-6 breaks, I'm assuming. Mixed in some hobby products there. We got Optic. 21-22 Optic. I know I'm getting another case of that for sure. Yeah, for sure. We are. Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you, Skeet, for sure. Like I told you, I mean, we have a great community over here. I'm stoked. I want, guys, the one thing that everybody needs to understand here, guys, is if I don't push brakes, I'm not on commission, but you got to understand there's no reason for Backer, Scott, or anyone else. There's no reason a sound business person would keep the channel alive if we don't, we're not pushing product. And obviously, it's just right now, guys, particularly right now, it's difficult finding you guys that right product at that right price point. Because obviously, as you guys know, retail, we don't make a ton of margin off of the retail. And trust me, not everything needs margin. I understand that. Sometimes we just need to get legs moving in the room. We all understand that, guys. We do. Trust me, we do. But finding it right now, in between releases, the next big release is in 2 weeks, which is WNBA. So I am gonna try and see if we can get some WNBA blasters. But until that happens, I don't really have any like true NBA products. The next NBA product coming out, at least to my knowledge that I can see on our calendar, is going to be the Panini unlicensed product, and that's still 2 months from today. That's like early to like second week of May. So we got literally 2 months till we get there. So anyway, in combat for that, guys, I'm gonna get some football products in the store. Probably gonna get some baseball products in the store too. Spring training is almost done, and the regular season is just upon us, guys. Yeah, Martin, yes. Here's the problem. Hamma does not know jack squat. Hamma does not know jack squat about soccer. And honestly, I'm pretty sure none of us really here at the Blez truly know soccer. I know a couple of guys, Martin. I know, you know, Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, Erling Haaland and stuff. Like, okay, I know some of the name guys. Aside from that, I don't even know the teams. Plymouth, it's not the easiest thing, you know. There's a lot of guys that said that. There was somebody on football who's been a Blez customer for 3 years, 4 years. And I finally hit him his first beat the sort. I think it was Yahtzee, his name was. And I hit him his first beat the sort last year, as a matter of fact. It was Aaron Rodgers. I think it was a 1-of-1 or number to 5. Yeah, soccer, I have a hard time. There's the Premier League. There's the Bundesliga. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm saying it way off, guys. But if there is product that you guys want to see, honestly, I got to get creative at this point. I'm going to start trying to look into maybe some hockey retail. You know, really anything to that degree. So, especially to keep the room moving for the next 2 months. I always try to keep this room very different from like basketball, football, as well as baseball. I want to offer different products, different formats. That's also why I do a lot more random teams on this channel, guys. It's because we're not offering it, and at least it gives it a different flavor. You know, if the main channel's running 3-box breaks, I don't want to run a 1-box break. We can, but, you know, it's just there's not that much of a difference. Whereas products like this, where we can run fools, great, you know. You would have to send me a picture, Cornelison. I wouldn't be able to tell you offhand. Good luck, everybody. Ooh, a SSP on the first pack. SSP on the advisory on the very first pack. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, and a gold that was hiding? Okay. Timberwolves gold. It's Nikhil Alexander Walker gold. Kalkbrenner on the Pulsar. Cade. And it's upside down. It's a rook. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that my good friend Winery? Is that my good friend Winery? It's always the last case. It's always the last case. Always. And I can't predict that shit, guys. There's impossible to predict that. Advisory of Cooper Flag will beat the shit out of the sort for the Winery. For the Winery on the first pack. Be the best case we've seen. Be the best case we've seen. Be the best case that we've seen. Ace is the place where the helpful hardware goes. Hold on, guys. I need a drink real quick. My mouth is drier than the Great Depression. Amari Williams. Cam Johnson. Hugo on the refractor. I should be a wrestler. I always wanted to be one, dude. I always wanted to, honestly. Is that another SSP? What is that? Always wanted to. Jeremiah Fierce. No, guess not. Knipple, Walter Clayton on the refractor. Harper base. I always wanted to. I'm a big wrestling. I was always big into wrestling. Obviously, you know, during high school, you know, going through my adolescence, I learned about, you know, the power of the P. I learned about the female's power of the P, if you catch my drift. So, you know, I got derailed. VJ Edgecombe on the poster. We got a yellow. Ooh, nice. Ooh, yeah. Like the Macho Man says, the cream of the crop. The activators, yeah. It's VJ Edgecombe, yeah. From the top ropes, 114 and 275. You know, like, I enjoy it. I'm a connoisseur of wrestling. Coward on the Pulsar refractor, Tyler Hero. First stack was a nice stack. You know, I'll tell you a story, Skeet. I know you're fairly new. Well, you gotta come see me anytime I get a chance to break WWE. Yesterday it was hard for me to do it because it's first thing in the morning, and I've told you guys this before. A lot of you guys are at work. So some of you guys have offices and you have me on your TVs at work and stuff. And the problem is I don't want to like piss you off by like, you know, I'm talking like this and then I'm like, yeah, you know, I start getting all nuts because I get very hyped and then, you know, then you got to turn on your TV or maybe your coworkers heard me and stuff. So I try to watch the cussing and stuff. I try to. But now if this was any time in the night, I just did WWE Universe Skeet. Maybe the week you met me. It was only like 2 weeks ago that I did it. When WWE, we did the Blasters yesterday. I don't know if you were in the chat room for that at the time, but when we were doing the hobby boxes with my wife on the Pop channel of Blez, yeah, we go off. I go off. Trust me. I'm an old school. I'm not super old school on wrestling, but I enjoy the old school. The Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, you know, the Enforcer getting inducted into the Hall of Fame with his brother, the Brainbusters. You know, I love the Four Horsemen. I love the NWO. Liked Hogan. Love Hall and Nash. Love Big Daddy Cool, you know, like, love Razor Ramon. Love Michaels. Love the old school ECW guys. I love Sabu. I enjoyed the Sandman even though he sucked in the ring. He's like your typical uncle. Bless Light Late Night. No. The reason why we don't run light, the reason why I start this channel early, Skeet, there's two reasons for it, and I'll be honest with you. Number one, there's no other channels I have to compete with, which is very nice. Penda. I don't have to compete with any other channel. Football goes live usually at 10 o'clock. So by that point, you know, we're already more than halfway through my shift. The baseball channel and the pop channel don't start till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So by that time, usually I'm wrapping up. Most times we're wrapping up. And we don't have to be. We can stay, VJ, we can stay on longer. It's just usually the concurrents go to their nighttime channels. And then once 4 o'clock, once that main channel starts, the main channel, sometimes we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes they start at 10 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes they start at 12. Some average, they start at 4 o'clock in the evening. And they'll run minimum 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So the reason I start at 6, the reason why I start at 6 is because now, you know what I mean, especially for our Asian community, it's only when I start at 6 a.m., Japan, Taiwan, it's about 8, 9, 10 p.m. for them. So that's kind of why I like starting at 6 a.m. Plus, For the East Coast family, it's 9 a.m. for the East Coasters. So that's also another reason why I like to we start this channel early. And then usually by the thought process, right? Now it's 11 o'clock in the afternoon for us on the West Coast. Majority of you folks are up, taking a lunch break, whatever it is, jumping some breaks. Yeah, I love Goldberg too. Growing up as a kid, not knowing anything about wrestling, his aura, his hype, his inhaling of the pyrotechnics, sparklers, which is probably really, really bad for him, was actually sick. My brother liked the Junkyard Dog. He was a little bit too old for me. Tony Atlas, Rock and Roll Express, one of the tag teams with the Fabulous Freebirds. Demolition, LOD, my favorite tag team of all time, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, R.I.P. I love the Dudleys. I love the Dudley Boys. I love the Dudleys. I loved Edge and Christian. I loved the Hardys, but True Green. Goldberg was the pinnacle for me. And we're about the same age. Sonic to 99. Others Nuggets. Like, I love that. I love the Goldberg. I like the Goldberg angle because by the time he came into WCW, it was, he's the good guy. He's saving WCW, from the NWO. And I didn't really understand. I was a kid. I didn't understand the concept of a heel character, right? The way I looked at it, I was like, it's just a bad guy. Nice Ace Refractor activators. What's up, DDC? Glad the Cooper made it to you, brother. Nice, safe, and sound, buddy. The Rock. I mean, I was avoiding the modern day people. But yeah, when we started getting into that late 90s, yeah. Some real nice stuff, DDC. It's my last case, but jersey number to 99, 2 of 99, Harper Green Auto. When The Rock first started. Oh, that's super sick. I'll tell you a fun story. I almost got in-school suspension. We used to wrestle in 6th grade. We used to bring the cookies. What is those cookies called? Where your grandma puts all the sewing supplies in it. That blue tin can. We used to bring the lids of those tin cans and whack it because it bends easy and it doesn't hurt like crazy. Yeah, and then we almost got in-school suspension. Nation of Domination was fun because that's where Rocky Maivia put it, after his run as a face, he got put in the Nation, which I do vividly remember him. We are the Nation of Domination. Nation of Domination. Like, that was cool. Then they introduced Mark Henry. Sexual chocolate. Well, and I want to give it all to you. Well, and it fucking said, instead of the Hershey's chocolate logo, it said sexual chocolate. Oh my God, dude. When I was a kid. I was watching South Park during that time. So all I could think of was Chef. And I'm over there going to school singing, hey, everybody, want to see my balls? They're big and salty and brown. If you ever need a lick, pick me up and lick my balls. Suck all the chocolates off my wounds. Ooh, wow. Put them in your mouth and suck them up. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Like, I was getting in fat trouble. Cooper Flag, excuse me for anybody at work. Excuse me. Val Venus. Oh, we're having too much fun. Okay, we should be back. We should be back. We might be having too much fun now. We might be having too much fun now. We're back. Little OBS crash. Val Venus is Titantron. If you haven't ever watched Val Venus's Titantron, oh my god, it's the ball. It's watching it. As a kid, I didn't understand. Watching it as a full grown adult now, it's fucking hilarious. Because in the hot tub, like, giving a and you got like a volcano erupting. I was like, it's cold. Like, anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. Goldust and Mark Henry was wild. Farouk D'Lo Brown, the Godfather, was known as Kama Mustafa at that time. Guys, you know me. I'm a huge wrestling fanatic. You guys know that. Who else? What other fun characters were there? The Oddities. I didn't like them. They were feuding with the LOD, the new LOD. They called them LOD 2000 with Hawk and Animal when they put Sunny with them. The Oddities. I felt really bad for John Tenta, aka Earthquake. R.I.P. to the Tenta family. Kanipo. Essenge on the pulsar. Kanipo on the baseball of duty. Never cared for Doink, and supposedly there was multiple Doinks. I never cared for Sean Waltman neither. I never liked X-Pac, 123 Kid, 6-Pac. Never cared for him too much. Athletic as hell, don't get me wrong. Very athletic as hell. His kung fu kicks. The fact that Razor Ramon put him over as the 123 Kid with that surprise pin. Like, I like all of that about Sean Waltman, but I love Rikishi. Rikishi Fatu. Rey Mysterio was actually one of my first favorite wrestlers as a kid growing up. And I hate to say this because I reference it all the time, but I tell this story quite often, Skeet. So everybody's gonna hear me tell this story for probably the 5th, 6th, 7th time. I used to like in WCW in the mid '90s, mid to late '90s. They used to have the. Please excuse me, no offense to anybody. They used to have the small people wrestling. Again, please excuse me. Um, oh, I'm sorry, WWF. I think it was. I think it was WWF. But I love the luchadors. I like the high flyers. The high flyers was always my thing. And you got the quick transitions. You got the Huracan Ranas. You got the drag arm takedowns. You got the back body drops. You got the hip tosses. Like, you always had that. You had the springboard drop kicks. You had the off the turnbuckle drop kicks. You had the moonsaults. I loved luchadors growing up. Like, it was flashy. It was cool. The 450 splash was awesome. I didn't really care for the frog splash. No offense, but you guys know where I'm going with this. In 1996, my grandma actually, she worked for Hertz Rent-A-Car. She worked there for a very, very, very long time. But she got invited to Las Vegas. So that's how I remember it so vividly. 1996 Halloween Havoc. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. And if you remember that pay-per-view, they misspelled his name as Ren Mysterio Jr. It was R-E-N. And I remember being like, who the fuck is Ren Mysterio? Is that his brother? Not knowing it was still Rey Mysterio watching the footage and stuff. I was a kid. I didn't understand it, But I also remember that my grandma bought me my favorite shirt, which was the NWO Wolfpack shirt, the red shirt with the black wolf on top. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I'll show you in a second. That was my favorite shirt of all time. To this day, it is my favorite shirt. The old school Wolfpack NWO shirt. Not the red and black NWO shirt, the Wolfpack shirt. That shirt right there. My grandma bought it for me. These are all replicas, obviously, but my grandma bought me that shirt, and I promise you, like, I rocked it to elementary school, and I felt like the shit. You know, I was like, yeah. Eddie was awesome. I love Kevin. Hall and Nash was awesome. Like Hall and Nash was the bomb. Because I used to like Razor Ramon. I used to play him on the Sega Genesis in the WCW. I'm sorry, the WWF In Your House arcade. The Ministry of Darkness. How about the corporate? How about the corporate ministry? Oh, interesting. I don't even know where to start. Oh yeah, Kobe Bryant. Like I genuinely. Sting was awesome. Well, Sting just made the transition too into the Crow Sting, and again I was too young, right? DDC, I was too young, so I didn't know who the Crow was or the incident, the tragic incident that happened on the set of the Crow. But I remember like I was like, who the frick is this? And I like Sting because of his baseball bat. He'd yank you behind the hair, fucking just give you the scorpion death drop. Like, yeah, Sting is the GOAT. Sting is the GOAT. My one regret is I never got to meet Sting. So if he's here at WrestleMania this year, I'm definitely gonna try and like meet him, take a picture with him. I want to meet him. I want to meet Ted DiBiase. I kind of want to meet Kevin Nash, but I don't know if I like his real character. I'd love to meet him. Malawak. Chris Masters was a cool dude. Scorpion Death Drop? What WCW game? Or what game? WCW Thunder, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000 on the N64? Because you bet your ass I had every single game. I was fortunate to have video games. I will say that. Cooper Flag on the base. Purple to 75 of Halley. Okay, this case kind of went quiet. We haven't even hit an SSP yet. And I'm sorry. We haven't even hit an auto yet. Excuse me, not SSP. Yeah, No Mercy was a sick game. I loved Create Your Character was always my favorite. I gave my character kind of a moveset similar to Rikishi because I love Too Cool. Like, by the time we were playing No Mercy and stuff, I'm like an intermediate, you know? So, like, yeah, exactly, Skeet. And you could get the stop signs and the steel chair and a table from underneath the ring and stuff. Like, it was just so much fun. I'll never forget my first character that I made in I think it was No Mercy. We called him Flying Fat Man. Flying Fat Man, Flying Fat Guy. Because I was always kind of chubby, you know. But I gave myself like the Rikishi moveset, so I had like that little super kick. I think my finishing move was the Rikishi driver. I think. But Rikishi, for a big man, dude, he could move. I love those kind of big guys. VJ Edgecombe, ooh. For the Blazers, Young Hansen to 75. I hit him quite a bit. Nice. Derek Queen, there you go. Posar. Posar has been hot the last two cases now. Skeet. If you like wrestling, in 1 month, in WrestleMania weekend, Topps Chrome WWE comes out. You should definitely come hang out with us on the Pop channel. I'm assuming Becker or Scott is gonna probably end up ripping it, but my wife, Mrs. Hammer, she loves WWE now. She's the one that actually, funny story, she's the one that really got me back into WWE. Like I've always followed like on Instagram and stuff like that. I've just never watched what goes down. But I've followed like, kind of just to see what's going on and stuff. But it's when my wife really started liking Rhea Ripley a few years back. She was trying to get into it, trying to get into it. Then we finally went to WrestleMania last year. She really started getting into it like late 2023, 2024 area. She really started getting into it. And that's when Rhea Ripley was in the Judgment Day. Like I would watch some of the pay-per-views. Like I tried to introduce her to like Finn Balor versus Edge at Hell in a Cell. I can't wait. I really hope Finn Balor brings back the demon character. I hope we see that for WrestleMania. You know, everything's different. A lot of the stories evolve now, but now the fun part is the fun part about being a wrestling fan is that I get to see a lot of closure coming up because guys like Randy Orton. I mean, everybody knows he's on his last few years. Let's be honest. I'm sure the fucker could wrestle until he's like 55, like Ric Flair. I'm sure he could, but I don't want to see him go down like that. I want to see him go out on top. But it's nice to see closure. Like, I never cared for John Cena, believe it or not. I don't mean to piss people off by saying that. I was never like a John Cena guy. I don't discredit him as John Cena. I don't discredit his character. I think what he did for the course of his career was very difficult. And I give him so much respect and credit. But I just could never get into guys like John Cena. I never cared for Cody Rhodes. I never cared for him when he was coming up with Ted DiBiase Jr. I never cared. And then he went to AEW and he kind of got revamped. And I still don't care for Cody Rhodes. Honestly, I still don't give a shit for it. A red Timberwolf, eh? And it's Bones Highland for the others Timberwolf spot. Back-to-back Reds in back-to-back cases. Of course that happens to me. Of course that happens to me. Walter Clayton. See, guys? I don't bullshit you. I'm literally serious when I say those things. But who can forget? Like guys like Undertaker, I love to death. I'm glad for the most part he went out on top. For the most part, obviously he did a few part-time matches, as Roman Reigns is doing right now, as Randy Orton is doing right now, and soon enough CM Punk will be doing. It's funny. Becker loves the Miz. I think I don't get me wrong. Guys like the Miz, guys like Mr. Kennedy, they had great mic skills, in-ring skills. Yeah, like weak finisher. I don't really care. Like your finisher gotta be like strong to me. Proctor on a pulsar. Like Obafemi's Tiger Bomb. Like the last person to use a Tiger Bomb was what, Batista? So like that's cool to me. I don't mind the Tiger Bomb. The reason why I didn't like Kurt Angle a lot, Powell, the reason why I didn't like him a lot was I liked Ken Shamrock as a kid. And his finishing hold was also the ankle lock. So when I saw Kurt Angle do it, I was like, oh, that's a ripoff. Again, I'm a kid. I don't know any better. You know what I mean? Like when you got a finisher like the LOD. Purple autograph. Purple auto. Good luck. It is a rookie. Please. Just one time. It's Yaki Chunis to 75. Yaki Chunis, purple on card to 75. I just wanted to see a Cooper flag there. Something massive. Don't give up on me yet, though. Yeah, I never cared for Kurt. And you know what? That's why we all used to yell, "You suck. You suck. You suck." Like, Cooper flag on the base. Paul. All right, if you had to name, for those out there that care about wrestling, and I apologize, we're talking about wrestling during an NBA break. Top 3 wrestlers of all time. Doesn't have to be good wrestlers, doesn't even have to be big wrestlers. Top 3, you only can have 3 go. Your favorite top 3. You're welcome, Shen. Top 3 wrestlers all time go. If I had to pick top 3. Favorites. I love Stone Cold in the late 90s. I love Stone Cold. I loved Hogan's legacy and what he did for wrestling. I don't know that I could say that he was my favorite of all time. If we're talking individually, I'm going to have to say probably The Rock. Razor Ramon was always one of my favorites. I just loved his finisher. I like the machismo. The Rock obviously is definitely in there, and I could go so many different ways. Yeah, exactly. I could go Taker. I could go Stone Cold. There's so many different ways. But I'll go. You know, I'll go on a limb right now. I'll actually go out on a limb, and I'll actually say, without the bias and without the Mrs. Hammer bias, I can honestly say, like, I love guys like Macho Man. I love guys like Sting. I love all of them. I love all of them. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm already gonna say I think Rhea Ripley is gonna be in my top 3 of Mount Rushmore. I hate that there's no hype behind it, but honestly, like, her moveset, her character, she's pretty innovative when I really think about it. I think Ripley is, like, right there. I think she will be an all-time. I honestly think she got the strength of China, right? She got the strength of China. She got the looks practically there. With makeup. Without makeup, a little bit rougher on the edges, but she got masculinity for sure. That was our first crush. Trish Stratus. It was every wrestler's first crush. Harden to 75. I actually did like her moveset, though. Her Stratisfaction. I liked her moveset. But yeah, without naming Ripley in there, like, for being modern, I probably would lean closer to Stone Cold, honestly. Sorber. Tio of Jaylen Brown. Probably lean Stone Cold. She wasn't great, but I mean, there wasn't many great women's wrestlers of that time. It was kind of all looks. Lita, like, okay, if we had to really talk, I think Lita was the best of that time. If you want to talk about move set, talent, skills, like Tori Wilson, Michelle McCool, Stacy Keibler, no one really had that. No one really had that. But again, it was something that we didn't really see in the wrestling world. Sure, there was the trailblazers like Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah. Sure, there was the trailblazers, but like you didn't really see like chicks getting like Trish Stratus. Them really paved the way. Lita paved the way, you know. So did China. Hey, let's not regret China. She definitely paved the way, taking bumps from men, giving bumps to men, as a matter of fact. But it's thanks to people like China, Trish Stratus. Then you had like girls like Mickie James start to come in the picture. Then you had like Kelly Kelly. Then you had that new generation really start to come in, which is crazy now to think about it, because like Alexa Bliss was that new generation, you know, was. Alexa Bliss, all the girls on Total Divas, Naomi, Natalia. I never cared for Natalia. I never cared for her because she was pretty much riding off of the Hart Foundation. Obviously, Jim Advil Neihart was her dad. I understand. R.I.P. to Jim the Anvil Neihart. But like, oh, dude, you know what? You know what I'm actually missing now that I'm really thinking about it. You know what? I might have to rescind on Stone Cold. You know what? I might have to go Randy Orton. I honestly might have to go Randy Orton. No, that stuff always existed, Skeet, but usually it was behind like a black blanket covered over the door. Come on, last couple, guys. Let's end strong. VJ. Watkins. Knipple. True Gold. Oh, that was Young Hansen. 18 to 50 on the gold pulsar. Wow. And an Ace Bailey. There you go, State, on the Fanatical. I have not hit many Ace Baileys on the Fanatical SSPs. That's it. Go Skeet. Great SSPs. Can we finish on a great auto? Or an extra auto, or an extra SSP? Guys, take your Optic 2 boxers. Take your Optic 2 box. That's going to be next. Optic 2 box. Optic 2 box. I like Sting. Sting was awesome too. There's so many. It's crazy because there's so many people you can put into the awesome category. Stone Cold is a legend for sure. Stone Cold, for what he did, his Smash Mouth character. Did you hear the story about how he got the name Stone Cold Steve Austin? because he was, you know, he was Steve Austin. He was the ringmaster. Did you hear the story about how he got the name? I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, we have a shit ton of cards in this pack. If you know the story, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this was on the dark side of the ring. But Stone Cold went on to explain how his ringmaster gimmick was stale and boring, and he was struggling, and he was trying to figure out what to to change his character to get a revamp. And as he was drinking coffee at his breakfast table, he said his wife at the time had told him to hurry up and drink his coffee before it goes stone cold. And then it clicked. And then he was like, "Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin." Like, and he was already in your face kind of character. The crazy part is I just seen pick a dream match. Yeah. His wife told him that his coffee was gonna go stone cold. And that's how he became with the Stone Cold. I also just found out this week, as a matter of fact, I think it was on 316 Day, that Vince McMahon wanted to pull the Stone Cold character after the King of the Ring, when he won the King of the Ring versus Jake the Snake Roberts. So that was right before Austin 316 went great. If this has ink, this is going to be like my third or fourth Giannis autograph that I've hit out of the hangers. Unfucking believable. 13 of 25 true orange of Giannis. This is absolutely insane. We've hit the purple. True orange of Giannis. Of course, the last case, right, guys? Of course, on the last case, you see it. That is pretty sick. That is freaking super sick. Always the last case mojo. What's up, Clay Moss? Clay Moss, I'm not sure if Dillman's here, Clay Moss, but yeah, don't worry. Again, regardless, you're in good hands. We got you. Cooper flag on the base. Cedric Howard to 199 on the Destiny Aqua. That's what it feels like, Jaden. That's what it feels like. That might be my fourth one. Mouse Reed to 399. Now, again, it could have just been the coalition that we've had as well. Because, unfortunately, I still haven't hit a Cooper flag out of the hangers. Knipple. Yoni. Harper. So it's all, honestly, that's usually how it always is for myself. It's always the last few cases, we're always going out on a bang. Obviously, you had to kind of sit through that, 3, 4, 5 case run where we're, 3 questionable cases and 2 cases that was just okay, But you know what? Hey, I'm glad we had some pretty nice cases to end it no matter what. Wish we had a LeBron auto or something. Damn it. That's all I wanted to see was like a LeBron, a flag, or something. That was pretty sweet, guys. Thank you very much. That was officially our last case of the hangers. Tomorrow again, guys. No, none. No, you didn't. Congratulations. That's awesome. Talk about redemption from last year. That's sick, Weave. Congrats. Jimmy, I'm sorry. I didn't get you a Steph. Now, in all fairness, Jimmy, aside from that red pulsar of Steph, I did not get anybody else a Steph. So, in all fairness. Crazy. I don't know what happened to all the... I don't know what happened to all of the Knipples. Whoever had the Knipple spot. Bro, I was a Knipple magnet. Every single day for like a good week we were hitting Knipple autos. And then he disappeared on me. That was insane too. That was insane too. Great way to end it, guys. Great way to end it. Couple beat the sorts here. Recap. Jimmy, did you even see what we hit earlier today? If you guys are just joining us, the last few days have been like honestly, some of our biggest hitting days was over the last few days. No joke. Not even joking. Not overhyping. The last few days have been pretty big, pretty monstrous. I'll show you right after this recap. And our number cards. We had some nice names in this one, at least. VJ, Yellow, Nikhil Alexander Walker. We had another red to 5. It was Bones. Young Hansen at 75. Ace Bailey on the Fanatical SSP. Yakichunis purple auto to 75. And our big boys of the break. True Orange auto of Giannis to 25. 13 to 25. True Orange will always beat the sort. And Winery, you're not leaving empty-handed, my friend. For the first time in a long time, there's an SSP advisory of Cooper Flag. One of his few SSPs in the stacks. We'll beat the sort on that along with 3 base cards. That's solid. Honestly, you probably made money. If one of those gems, I'm pretty sure you're really in the money. Orange Giannis will beat. Cooper Flag spots will beat. And that was the break. That was our last case of Topps Chrome hangers, everybody. Thank you.